What up, guys? It's your boy Dad Strength, and today I'll be telling you guys a story about how I was kicked out of high school and then end up going back and then ended up dropping out altogether. For some reason, making this video, I wanted to be super perfect, so I'm overthinking and I don't want to forget any details because it's a lot, to be honest. But if I forget something, I'll probably bring it back up in the end. So yeah, let's get started. So I wanted to drop out of high school when it was 2, 3, 4 months before I was 17 years old in high school, and I just felt like I didn't need a high school diploma in order to do what I wanted to do. And at the time, all I wanted to do was lift weights. I wanted to become a bodybuilder. And later on, doing more research, bodybuilding doesn't pay the bills, especially at the amateur level, and you have to pay to compete. So yeah, and I didn't have a job at the time. But yeah, I told my mom about it. I told her school's teaching me bullshit, stuff that I'm not gonna need the rest of my life. So why am I still going? And I wanted her to sign the papers for me to drop out, but she wasn't. She didn't want to because she didn't go to high school and get a high school diploma because she grew up in Honduras. And in Honduras, the highest education is sixth grade, and then you go straight to university or whatever they call it. I don't understand how their school system works, but yeah. But just because my mom didn't have a diploma, she wanted me to have better opportunities than her. But it's my goal to show people that without a high school diploma, you still could be successful in life. So that's one of the main reasons why later on tell you why I officially was done with school altogether. But yeah, she didn't want to sign the papers, and so when I was 17, that's when you officially can by yourself withdraw yourself out of high school. So that's what I did. On my 17th birthday, I went to the office in the morning, and for some reason they knew it was my birthday, because the lady that was a receptionist there, she handed me a pencil that said happy birthday, and she told me happy birthday. And I was like, what the hell? How the hell did she know it was my birthday? But yeah, long story short, I was where do I have to go to withdraw out of high school? And she was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, you have to talk to your guidance counselor. So I was like, where's my guidance counselor? And she was upstairs. And so I went to go talk and see my guidance counselor, and I was like, I want to withdraw myself out of high school. And she was like, are you sure you want to do this? And I swear she said it minimum of 12 times. Are you sure? Do you want to drop out of high school? And I was like, yes, I'm gonna withdraw. School ain't for me. They teaching me nonsense that I'm not gonna use in life. And I want to show people you can still be successful without a high school diploma. And she was trying to persuade me with all her heart, telling me that I could go to a different school, Crispus Attucks, which is easier. You do school 1 week, and the next week you do work site. So you do construction, demolition. And at the time when she told me to go to another school, Crispus Attucks, that sounded religious and stuff, and it was a charter school. I didn't know what a charter school was, different from a public school, so I didn't want to do that at all. So the other option was to do cyber school. And she said, you could go at your own pace, you can still get your diploma, you can still run track. And that was the only thing that she said that intrigued me and kept me on the iffy side. Maybe I should give school one last shot. Because I ran track for 5 years, and at that point in time, it was my junior year. So I was an 11th grader, 17 years old, and I love track with a burning passion. That's what I love doing. Lifting weights and running, that's my top 2 passions. So that's why it was so easy for me to want to drop out, because I didn't want to do anything academic. I just wanted to be the best athlete I can be. But yeah, I swear this was probably gonna be the last time she ever asked me, "Are you sure you want to drop out?" And I said, I'll give cyber school a shot." And so did cyber school, and I was still able to run track. And I only did cyber school, the work on like the computer for like 2 weeks max, and I did nothing for 2 months. And I wasn't even really doing my work on the computer either. Like I would go straight to the questions and fail until I got the right answer, and they told me what the right answer was, and I remember what the right answer was, because I was not gonna read for like 3 or 4 hours a day. It only took me like 1 or 2 hours to finish my online schoolwork and stuff. But yeah, I did that for 2 weeks and stuff, and I did nothing for like 2 months till almost the end of the school year, because I think it was around March when I decided I wanted to. No, because it took like 2 months for the cyber school process to happen. So I was still going to school when I was 17. I wasn't doing shit but sleeping in class, coming to school late. Because I know after you're like 17, like you could come to school late and you wouldn't get any fines. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, because I was coming to school late like every day, and nothing ever came in the mail. But I know if you miss too many school days, you get fines in the mail or whatever. But yeah, long story short, school was almost ending and stuff, and the cyber school teacher that was supposed to like oversee me barely was in contact with me at all. Like it was like the worst like communication ever. But I just thought nothing about it and thought I was gonna like, I don't know what I thought, but I didn't do shit. But long story short, a letter came in the mail, and it came at the last possible day, because this mail was trying to reach my mom for 2 weeks, and the mailman would not drop the letter off unless it was signed by my guardian, which is my mom, and she was always at work. So I guess we got lucky this one day and got the letter, and the letter said that your son has not been doing his cyber school homework, and that's the equivalent of missing too many days of school. Come to the school by yada 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 this date, or your son will be kicked out of school. And I was like, what the hell? And since it took 2 weeks for my mom and I to read that letter, that day was the last day for my mom and I to go to the school to talk to the principal. But my mom was busy that day, so she couldn't take me to school, but she took me as soon as possible, took me to the school and whatnot. And yeah, the school basically said that you're done. We're not gonna accept you back into the school. You could try again to enroll next year, and we'll see what happens. And so 3 months, summer happens and stuff. Came back and they were like, yeah, you're done. And I was like, what the hell? What are my options? Like, because during the summertime, I decided like I did want to like leave York, and I know I didn't have a job at the time, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, but lift weights and run or whatever. And that doesn't pay the bills unless you're like top tier, whatever. And I decided I wanted to join the Marines, so I had to get my high school diploma. So that was the only motivation for me to go back to school. And they told me I had two choices: either go to Tech or Christus Addicts. My only two choices. And I tried to go to Tech just so I could run on a track team with my best friend, but Tech only accepts 9th graders to enroll, and I was in 11th grade at the time, and I probably would have got held back, so I would have to repeat a grade, and that's like the most demoralizing, disrespectful, sad thing to do, like especially repeat a whole grade, like a whole year, 365, like do the same thing all over again. That's yeah, but yeah, I try to go to Tech, even if I would have to repeat a grade just so I could run with my bro, but they only accept 9th graders, so I don't even know why York High gave me that option, but I ended up going to my second and last option, Christus Addicts, and you have to enroll in that school and see if they accept you and whatnot. And I joined in November, and it's a 9-month program, and they don't do school in the summer. So I went there for 6 months. I did good. It was really, really easy, laid back and stuff. But what I will say about Crispus Attucks that I didn't like, but it's like with any school and stuff, is like I felt like they didn't care about me or anybody else, because like I had a job at the time. I worked at Rudders, and I used to ride my bike 3.1 miles to the school and ride my bike back home 3.1 miles to get dressed for work and ride my bike. I just messed up the math, bro. But I'm pretty sure it was 1.3 miles to the school, 1.3 miles back, 3.1 miles from home to work, and 3.1 miles back home. That's what it was. And it's like 8.6 miles total, like riding my bike in a day. And I would do that 3-4 days out of the week, to go to work. And I would not eat breakfast. I'll wake up and come to school late, like 2-3 minutes every single day, 5 minutes or whatever. And I would fall asleep in class. And they didn't allow you to have your phone at all. So it was like prison. Like, it sucked ass. And it's just like, the teachers go there to get paid. That's what they get paid to do. But they expect you to like be high energy and ready to learn like nonsense. Like, come on, son. Like, what I'm gonna do with Pythagorean theorem? What I'm gonna do with so what if I find an answer to y equals x or whatever and whatnot? Like, how is that gonna help me in life? I could always put the formula in a calculator or whatnot. So yeah, there's one time I was in class, right? I was in art class, and I fell asleep, and the teacher told me to go to ISS room, internal suspension, and I was like, what for? And she was like, because you're asleep and you're not doing your work. And my grade was like a good 80 in that class, I think, and I just wanted to go to sleep because I was tired. Like, I didn't eat breakfast and stuff. That's every day. I didn't eat breakfast or whatever. And she really wanted to get me in trouble just because I didn't do my work and I had my head down in class. Like, come on, I'm tired. And I tried to tell her, like, yo, I'll work. I worked the night before. I didn't get off till 9. I didn't get home till like 10 and stuff. And, you know, I'm sleepy or whatnot. And she was like, yeah, I understand. And there's more details to the story, but I don't want to say it just in case there's a chance that this reaches that teacher and stuff. But yeah, I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, she basically said that she could relate to my story, but that's bullshit. She couldn't relate at all. Like, you know, I'm gonna say it. She was out of shape. She was like 300 pounds. Yeah, and she tried to say that sometimes when she's tired, she still has to draw when she doesn't want to. And I'm sitting there like, yo, that's your passion. Like, that's what you want to do. Like, you went to school for drawing. Like, you teach art class. Like, or, like, what the hell? Like, I don't, like, drawing was my, like, kind of like my mini passion in elementary school. But, like, when I got older, it was just, like, lifting weights, video games and stuff. And just being, like, outdoors and having fun and stuff with friends. But yeah, like that whole situation made me like hate school with a burning passion even more. I was like, wow, they really don't care about us. We're just numbers to the school system, like the district or whatever, because they get grants from the government for each student they have that's attending the school. So they wanted us to stay and stuff, but they like still didn't, like, they treated us like everybody else, like, because most of the kids that went to that school were like involved with crime or like were pregnant, and this was their second chance to get a high school diploma. But I think that school is better now than it was when I went there, and it was from 2015 to 2016. But yeah, I know I'm getting sidetracked, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll be forgetting my whole point. But yeah, I went back to school to join the Marines, and then I ended up deciding that, no, hold up. Let me backtrack a little bit. So it's a 9-month program, and they don't do school in the summer. So I joined in November. So when June time came, there was a 3-month break for me to get a job, and just, whatever, stack my money, stack my bread. So I got a job working at ES3, and I was making 14.75 an hour, and that was more than some people that I knew that had a high school diploma that were working at McDonald's. So I was like, wow, I really don't have a high school diploma, but I'm making more than people with a high school diploma. So I was like, what? Like, I had upwards the potential to make $30, $40 an hour. I was an incentive order selector. You can make a lot of money, but it's backbreaking work. And I was an athlete, and it was hurting my back to pick up those boxes and put them on those pallets and drive the jack around for 8-10 hours a day. That was the only job I will say that I never wanted overtime. Never. Nope. Overtime, nope. I'm scared of it. I'm afraid of it. Nope. Gives me chills and stuff. I respect to anybody that works at ES3 right now in York. But yeah, like, since I did that in the summer, and then I also had the opportunity to meet multiple people who were pivotal